that there's actually snow on the top of those mountains sometimes, huh?
Well, there is. You can snowboard in the morning and go surfing in the afternoon.
Yeah, you gotta love that. No, the Big Island's got it all. I think they got like 8 climatic zones on the Big Island of Hawaii.
Yeah, we have about 1,500 foot levels, perfect for me. And yeah, maybe one of these days we'll get a piece of property over there. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to go somewhere for here. And if I keep working up here in the summer and go south in the winter, or if I'm going to go up to the North Slope and work in the oil fields this winter, so I may end up there full time again. And I did it for 14 years, and you can pretty much live wherever you want to if you do that there, too. So.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I talked to one guy up in Alaska. He actually is a snowbird, so he takes off to Arizona for a few months, which is a good thing to do. But God, it must get pretty cold up there. I guess you got to really bundle up if you're working outside up there in Alaska.
Well, yeah, 40 below is no joke, man.
No, I've never experienced it, but I couldn't imagine, man. That would be cold.
Yeah, like I said, I did 14 years up there. There's actually times when I had to go up there to warm up. It was colder here at my house than it was at the very top of Alaska.
Is that right, eh? So is it like a dry cold? Is it dry air, right?
Yeah, so it's a desert up there.
That's cool. Yeah, no, it's easier to handle dry cold than it is wet cold, I tell you. I don't know, man. A wet minus 40 would not be good. But anyway, good on you, man. But you are living in a beautiful place. I think that's Last Frontier. That's one of the most beautiful states.
Yeah, I tried so hard to leave, but and I went outside. I was down there just a couple weeks ago. I went down and cruised around Oregon, Washington, and Idaho, and it is beautiful down there too. But it really makes me appreciate the little Shangri-La we have up here, and we're isolated, but there's so much vast open spaces, and yeah, it makes me appreciate it that much more every time I leave.
I agree with you 100%, man, and it is absolutely beautiful, and that's what my wife, she couldn't believe how beautiful it was when we were cruising through areas for, you cruise through a couple of days, you're cruising, you don't even see one house. It's just kind of like virgin territory, just absolutely a beautiful place. So I can't even imagine what the mainland Alaska's like. I'm sure there's a lot of territory that's kind of uncharted.
If you start out down in Homer and you drive north, you can drive for 24 hours and still be in the same state.
Unreal. Yeah, they say Texas is big, but I think Alaska's bigger, right?
Right. You can split Texas in half, or split Alaska in half, and Texas will still be the third biggest state.
Unreal. That's unreal, man. That's cool. So population-wise, not so much in Alaska, but that's what I like. I like my space. We have a lot of space here, too, on this island. It's very rural. No traffic lights, no street lights. It's out in the boonies.
Yeah, there's only 700,000 people in Alaska.
That's the way I like it.
I think the only place that's less densely populated would be the Yukon Territory.
That's right, too. I've never been up there, but I like the way they think in Alaska, too. No, it's a good place to be, man.
If I remember right, there's one person for every 5 square miles in the Yukon.
Is that right, eh? Wow, so have you been over to the Yukon?
Yeah, I've driven through it several times.
Is that right? Wow. And then I know there's Northwest Territories and stuff, too, but very, very cool, man. You're living in a beautiful part of the world. Well, I'm looking forward to my next trip up there, and one of these days, we got to make it up there to the mainland. I'd like to see Anchorage and some of those other places up there.
Yeah, so, the funny part about the Yukon is once you get halfway through and you're on your way up the Alcan, you can't really tell the difference between Alaska and Canada. It looks the same. The only way you can tell that you're in Alaska is you go through Beaver Creek and cross the border.
Yeah, I found that very interesting. When I've been on 4 cruises up to Alaska now, and it looks pretty much the same as our coastal BC here, except what I did notice, there's I didn't see any clear cuts. Here there's a lot more clear cuts. Up there I didn't see any clear cuts. I just see forest and more forest. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And there's these so remote. I mean, some of these places, I've never, don't see any houses, don't see any signs of civilization. I love it.
Yeah, 2 weeks off, so I need to enjoy a little bit of time with the wife there every day and take what I can get there, Chris. So.
You betcha, man. I know what you mean, brother. Hey, you do what you got to do, and it was a pleasure to talk to you, Chris. And I was blasting in here. I got my beam pointed at you now. I did turn it around, so sounding great from Alaska. And have a good day or good afternoon. I know you guys are an hour behind us, which is another cool thing. So we'll say cheers and 73s until we talk again there. 33 Charlie Whiskey 063 Alaska 9 Alpha Tango 791 down here on the Gulf Islands.
Give us hell down. Take care down there. 73s. God bless, my friend.
Take care, buddy.
783 Alaska on this side.
I hear 793 Alaska.
783. I did not get your call sign, 783 returning.
Oh, this is, I've talked to you before. You sound familiar. This is 9 Alpha Tango 791 down here on the Gulf Islands off the west coast, southwest coast of British Columbia.
Roger on that, 791. Yeah, definitely, I'm sure I got you in my logbook. I don't have it open here in front of me. But, I'm pretty sure we have spoke there. You're coming in just 2-5. I heard your conversation there about Alaska. And, yes, to refresh your memory, I am in Seward, Alaska. And the cruise ships do come in here after building a new large dock so they can accommodate three large ships at a time.
Wow, unreal. That'd be like, when you get into Ketchikan and Skagway and Juneau, you get 3. When I pulled in, I think there was already 2 cruise ships in there when our big Holland America ship pulled in there. That's cool. Brings in a lot of money to the economy, that's for sure.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, 130 miles southwest of Anchorage there on the Kenai Peninsula. And I heard you mention Anchorage before there. So we're definitely on the south central portion. You can't go any further. You got to be on a boat or an airplane.
That's the way I like it, man. The more remote, the better. That's like our island. The only way here is by boat. Just the way I like it. And, of course, there's float planes that are coming in and out every day. 365 days of the year, we got the float planes. I guess they're, what are they, Beavers, de Havilland or something?
Yeah, Roger on the Beaver, yeah. Yeah, Joe, I definitely found you here. I spoke to you on the 2nd of this month.
That's right. No, I know I've talked to you before for sure. Because I had mentioned Seward to Chris I was talking to. That's right. What was your name again? It's Joe here, right?
My first one is Mike on this side, Mike, and Kilo Echo. The other guy located at?
The other guy was not too far from Anchorage.
Washoe and Palmer area?
He might have been, in that area.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I could hear him barely. I mean, I couldn't understand anything, but I could see just a little bit of signal on him.
It's kind of close, Skip. Then it's funny because I was talking to a station in the Philippines in Malaysia just before I started talking with you guys on another channel, and then I hear a guy after I finished come back from Washington State. Well, our island is basically across from Washington State, but it's kind of almost close skip for some areas, so I could just kind of hear him in there barely.
Yeah, Roger, I know how that works there. When I'm down in Arizona there, which in December, you may hear me on my QTH will be in Bullhead City, Arizona. And when I'm down there, I can't get California at all, but California here just blasted in.
They do, I know, exactly. It's funny how that works. That's right. You know what? I think I've talked to you down in Arizona, because you got, I'm sure I've talked to you in Arizona before, because you go down there for like 3 or 4 months, right?
Yeah, 4 months, yeah. I'm pretty sure we have there before.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to Chris. That's a good place to be in the winter in Arizona.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, well, right now, it's a little bit on the cool side. We got 28 degrees, winds blowing about probably 45, 50 mile an hour on the mountains. A little bit down here, but not nearly like that. Probably 10 mile an hour down here on the flatland. We have no snow here, but the mountains are all white.
Amazing, eh? Yeah, so here it's around 52. We're sitting at around 52 degrees Fahrenheit. with some light rain coming down now. But Chris was saying they did drop, because I asked for the weather report, and they did drop down below 0 Fahrenheit, and he was sitting there now at about 13 degrees Fahrenheit, QSL.
Yeah, roger on that. Yeah, well, I'm sure looking forward to that warmer stuff. I'm tired of this, I guess we call it chilling weather.
I don't blame you, man. My wife and I, we haven't been to Maui since December 2019. We would leave just around Veterans Day, and we'd come back just before mid-December, so we'd stay a month, and every year she'd bolt on another day. So I need to get somewhere tropical soon. I say my last big vacation was Alaska, but that was in May. We went up to coastal Alaska.
Yeah, roger. Yeah, I just lived and worked on Maui years ago, about 1973, for 1 year down there.
Oh, man, there would have been nothing much there then. We stay in Kihei. We stay in South Kihei. And I think back then, South Kihei Road was probably a gravel road. I don't even think a lot of it was even developed then.
Yeah, that's true. The road going over to the Kihei, I stayed in Kahului, going over there, it was asphalted, but a lot of the side roads weren't.
That's right. Yeah, I've been to Kahului for sure, and then I've been beyond that as well. I love the island of Maui. It's absolutely beautiful. We like to stay on the leeward side where it's a little drier. I say where the desert meets the tropics. So South Kihei, 9 or 10 inches of rain annually. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, roger on that. Yeah, I had over there I had a little small car. Well, in the beginning I had a Pontiac convertible, and I decided that was too big for that island, so I bought me a little tiny, I can't even remember what it was. I think it was a Datsun pickup. I don't even think they make them anymore.
Oh my God, I remember the Datsun pickups. So my brother-in-law, this is back in the early 1980s, we used to soup up cars. He picked up a 72 Datsun pickup truck. We ripped the four-banger out of it, and we dropped a 350 Chevy in it. Had to do a little bit of modification. Turbo 350 Chevy tranny with a shift kit and a Ford 8-inch rear end with a 456 or a 411 posi, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, you got that right. You rev the thing up and it'd tip over.
You couldn't. It was so light in the back end, and I remember racing them one time with my 73 Nova SS, and the back end of that little light Datsun was all over the place, but it was fast once it got going. But holy, you don't see those things anymore, but I remember them. They were everywhere when I was a kid.
Yeah, roger on that. Yeah, I had mine there and enjoyed it, and then when I got ready to leave, I gave the title to a guy and told him, I said, well, if you can sell it, send me half of what you get out of it, and I never heard no more from him.
Is that right, eh? That's very interesting. 73 you were there, my God, 51 years ago.
Yeah, I'm an old guy, so yeah, I was working construction there out by the Kahului Airport. There's a golf course, and I can't remember the name of it. It might have been Menahuni Shores, but I can't swear to it. I worked in there, and I'm not sure. I worked in two different locations. I worked there and out of, let's see here, Kahului there. I'm sorry, out of Kihei.
Okay, well, when we landed Kahului Airport like years ago, I don't even think when you went there wasn't even a direct flight from Vancouver or Victoria to Kahului. I think you actually had to go to Honolulu first and then take a smaller plane like Aloha Airlines or something over inter-island flight. But now it's more like this international airport. We can fly right to Kahului, which is nice. But I know there is a Menahuni Shores. I think there is a Menahuni Shores hotel. I've seen it.
Yeah, roger. Yeah, that's real close to the airport. I believe that was the name of the place. It had seven condos in there, and they were completely built out of cedar. Everything in there was cedar. Interior was cedar. Exterior was cedar. Everything, I think, except the floors was cedar. And of course, they were plywood there because cedar had been too soft for them. But the closest you could get, I was in construction then, and you'd leave about 1/8 of an inch of the needle up, and then of course everything was not the bright nails, but they were galvanized. And then that last eighth of an inch, you sunk them with a little nail set there. So yeah, that was that was quite a thing. Now they got nail guns that do all the work for you and don't leave no hammer marks.
I remember back in the old days, what did we do, before screw guns and all the fancy smancy stuff we had now? You know what I mean? Everything was more by hand, hammer and nails. But no, how times have changed. I wonder how that cedar is standing up there with like termites, because I know when we stay in the condo in South Key, they do once in a blue moon when we're staying there, they get like the pest guy come, and the pest control guy comes and he sprays for like cockroaches, and also, I don't know if it's termites, but I know they can have termites there too, QSL.
Oh, Andrew, yeah, I know all about the termites there. I think cedar repels them, the oil in there. I don't think they like that, and also the cockroaches. But yeah, we used to have a problem when I lived over there in, oh mercy, oh geez, I just drew a blank on it. I'm an old person, so you have to forgive me. I forget these names, but anyhow, I lived out in Wailuku. I lived up in Upper Wailuku, and anyhow, in the condo, and we'd go out and get these little geckos and turn them loose in the apartment. They took care of all our bug problems in there.
Oh, they do. Yeah, they come into our condo every so often. You'll get home and there'll be one on the floor or on the wall, but they're definitely on the outside wall on the lanai. I know where Wailuku is. I love Wailuku. We go to the Iao Valley in Wailuku. That is an absolutely beautiful area. I've been to Maui 6 times now, and every time I just absolutely love it. I need to check some of the other islands. I've been to Oahu many, many times. But yeah, we're married on Maui. God, our anniversary's coming up soon at the end of this month, but got to get back there soon. It's just not a cheap place to stay anymore. It's getting expensive.
Yeah, those places in Hawaii. I went to Hawaii for 10 days last January. I flew out on the 17th of January. 10 days, just the house alone was $1,000 a day, $10,000, 10 days.
Oh my God, that is insane. Because we rent a car, and then what we do when we get off at the Kailui airport, Kie Rent-A-Car picks us up there. And then they take us back. We get our rent-a-car. We drop our luggage off at our condo, but then we go back to Kahului to Costco, and we load up on food, right? Because it's cheaper there rather than eating out every night, because eating out is really expensive.
Oh, yeah, we did that too. Of course, we had probably 4 or 5 times we ate out, and we went to a luau, and that was just a waste of money, $350 a person, and that was about 8 or 9 of us at the time. So yeah, that was one hell of a waste of money there. So and we ate out a few other times, but yeah, we definitely did the Costco run too.
That's the way to do it. Yeah, no, they'll get you on those luau's. I've been to 2 luau's, but only on the island of Oahu, and that's kind of like this tourist trap. And yeah, they're expensive, man. And would I go again? Nah, I thought it was a ripoff.
I never lost nothing there, and there was nothing there I really wanted to see except the Arizona Monument, and that's where I went there just specifically to see that and do the tourist thing that way.
Oh yeah, Pearl Harbor, USS Arizona. I've been over that. I've been to Pearl Harbor a few times. I love it. And you know that ship that went down on December 7th, 1941, there's actually still, if you look, there's a little bits of oil still seeping out of it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I was kind of disappointed in that tour because I was taking pictures, and they only allow you, if you go on that tour, they only allow you 15 minutes, and then you got to get on the same little boat to get out of there, and they use the same launch it's only there 15 minutes, and then they're moving other ones in.
Oh, because there's so many tourists and stuff there. Yeah, I know. It's a shame. It's definitely changed now, that's for sure. But yeah, no, I do like the history of it. It was a sad day in 1941. I mean, that was the sailors. That's the tomb down there, man. They're still in that boat.
Yeah. I know it was just totally amazing that, and I thought that there was no survivors, but there actually was quite a few survivors there. Some weren't on board, and some were, and so there was survivors, and I never knew that until I was over there.
Yeah, I think there was like about, wasn't there like over 1,000 men in that ship?
Oh, yeah. I think there was, I can't remember now, it was either 1,300 or 1,700 people died.
Oh, it was sad, man. It was just awful what happened. And you can still see the gun turrets, too. You can actually see the gun turrets under the water if you look down on that boat.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, and I believe there's one that's sticking out of the water on the right-hand side when you're walking in forward of the memorial there.
I believe there is, yeah. And we actually did watch a movie, like a documentary before we went. Did they show you a show, like a documentary, a little short?
Roger. Yeah, I don't know, I never saw that, but yeah, it was very interesting, and that's the sole reason I put up with that ride over there. On the way back, they turned all the heat off in the airplane, and everybody was freezing, and of course when I was sitting where I was sitting was the last to get the blankets, and there was no blankets left, because a lot of people took 2 blankets or even 3 blankets, and I had the cold air blowing straight on me out of that cotton picket vent. We were in, 380, I just drew a blank on it, aircraft, and they don't have the little control valves where you can shut the air off or on. They just had main air vents along the top of the plane there, and it was just the most miserable time. I ended up getting pneumonia and damn near died from it, so I probably will never see Hawaii again.
Oh my God, that is terrible. Holy smokers. Was that Alaska Air?
Yes, no, Hawaiian Air. Before Alaska bottom, but I think there was MD-80. No, it wasn't MD-80. That's Hightail. It's a new big plane they have in Asia. It's a lot of people, but yeah, okay, it wasn't Alaska Airlines, because Alaska Airlines didn't go in there from up here for some reason at that time. I don't know what the reasoning was, but we had to actually go out of Las Vegas.
Yeah, you know, I've flown Alaska Air several times, and they were great, man. They were an awesome airline to fly. I have really nothing bad to say about them, but yeah, that's a shame that had to happen to you, because that's not a good way to end a vacation when you get pneumonia there.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, but sometimes you can go direct, and sometimes a year you can go direct out of Anchorage over there to the islands, but that particular time, I don't remember what the situation was. Well, I was actually, I was down in Arizona at the time, but I could have came back up here and went out that way, but I went out on Hawaiian Air, and I would never, ever recommend them. Alaska Airlines are top notch as far as I'm concerned, at least, and I always enjoyed flying with them, and pack all my flights in. Every year I go down there to Arizona, or before that was Idaho, or wherever I'm going, I always fly Alaska Air.
Yeah, same. I've flown to California with them. And, you know, we fly direct to Hawaii from Vancouver, Victoria, mostly Vancouver. And it's direct. But I have actually done the flight from Vancouver, and then you go to Seattle and then across. But, no, I thought the service was fantastic on Alaska Air. So, anyway, I hope you have a good time in Arizona. It's going to be beautiful down there.
Oh, Roger on that. Yeah, I'm going to have my beam up. Hopefully, it'll probably take me a week or so after I get there. My Omni, I'll be on probably within 2 days. I get there on the 8th, so I'll say definitely by the 10th I should have my Omni up. And then I got to stand the tower. I got all the stuff, antenna. The only thing I'm waiting on is a rotor. I will order that before I leave Alaska. So I'll have a rotor there by the time time that I get there. And so I was just putting that on and stand on that tower, and I should be good to go.
Oh, I'll be listening for you. That is awesome. Is that a 3-element or 4-element beam?
It's a, man, let me think here. It's a V-quad. So, let me think here. I think it's 3-element.
Oh, they're good beams, V-quads, yep. I used to run a V-quad, a 2-element horizontal V-quad back in the 1970s. Man, did that thing ever get out? And I didn't even have it high off the ground. Oh, yeah, you'll be blasting in here.
Yeah, it's, this one here, it transmits on one single wire, both vertical and horizontal. And what I'm hoping for is I have a very high concentration of electrical interference from a high tension power line that goes right within 75 feet of my place. That supplies the whole city of Bullhead, and I get 5, depends on the day. A good day I got 5 pounds of static, and on a bad day I got 9, and when I got 9 I don't even turn my radio on.
You know, I've had days like that here, and it's the most annoying thing in the world. Most of the time, there's not much here, nil, but, you know, I was talking to Europe today, and I had probably 5-6 pounds of that just annoying static in there, and it's really, really frustrating when you're trying to talk to somebody, and they're just coming in over it or with it, right? On his side, he said it was good, and he could hear me perfectly, but, you know, and the guy was pushing a pretty good signal, but when you got that static coming in, it just really, you got to strain your ears.
Yeah, Roger on that. Yeah, well, I have, if anything, about 0.5 here where I'm located, because I'm located out in the sticks, and I have no homes around me. Therefore, the closest one is probably 100 yards away from me. So I have a pretty good radio here on the receive end of it. I just don't get that garbage, and then I'm not even running any filters other than the basic radio here, which is ICOM 7300.
They're great radios. I'm not running my power right now. I'm looking at my meter is 30 watts. I'm running 30 watts to you. I don't have any extra power going through here, and yeah, we don't have any neighbors here. It's no power lines or anything, thank God. So when we do get static, I don't know. I'm kind of figuring out where in the hell is that coming from. But thank God we don't get it all the time. But yeah, those days I just feel like, you know, turn off the radio and get out of here because I get kind of frustrated. But, oh, that'll be good. I'll be listening for you, man. And if the DX is rolling that way, we'll be pointed your way.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, right now I'm putting about 265 out. A little help here on the side just to get above the noise on the power end there. Okay, well, Joe, I'm going to let you go. You have a good one out there, and thank you very much for the nice QSO, and we'll do it again there sometime. Anytime you hear me, jump in and holler, and if I can hear you back, I will sure come in and talk with you. Take care, my friend. Let's see here, 9 Alpha Tango, 791, the 783, Alaska. Will be QRT after you.
Always good to hear you, Mike. Hey, pleasure, buddy. You're pushing a great signal. Most of the time, it's 20 over. You're slamming in here. So, hey, have a good night. Stay warm up that way, and we'll be listening for you when you're in Arizona, Bullhead, Arizona. And enjoy the DX. Work a few more stations. I'm going to head to the Mexican restaurant down the road there, which is probably about 6 miles down the road, and get me a burrito bowl. Cheers and 73s to you and your family. 783 up there, Seward, Alaska. 9AT, 791 Gulf Islands waving.